What's up, everybody? Welcome to Blue Collar Cruising. Last video, well, it's been a while. It's been a minute since we've done any cruise videos on here. I keep on saying I'm going to get back on track, but, that's just the way it is. But we got a not so, well, special guest, but, he comes in here. This is the second time on here. And then, been on the channel several times before that on cruises. We got Salt Life Cruising up in the house. Just got off the Carnival Spirit. What's up?
What's going on?
Yeah, well, it's Thanksgiving. Last Thanksgiving, I was on the Carnival Glory. Next Thanksgiving, you and I will both be on the Carnival Jubilee for 2023.
Yes,
So,
we will be.
It's a rare.
By the way,
Do what? Go ahead.
I booked my hotel room for that cruise.
Oh, you did? Okay, that's good because we haven't. We just haven't. So you got off the Carnival Spirit recently last month.
So I just booked my room for that next year.
Yeah.
Yep.
I got you. And so you just got off the Carnival Spirit out of Miami. How did that go? I think we got a delay here. Hello.
It was good.
Oh, okay.
It was a little longer cruise than normal, just an extra day. We had a little bit of. I'm here.
Just go. Hang on. We're gonna try this again. Let's see. I can see that Big Mike is on 56K modem going on. This is working like a charm. This is working like a charm. Anyway, before let him get his connection reset. So this past week, Carnival has opened up Faster to the Fun again. Faster to the Fun is back. And we're still got the Circle of Death. All right. You're muted. Can't hear you. Hit your unmute. There you go. There you
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yep. Can hear you. We can hear you.
The earbuds ain't working now.
Okay. All right. So, but like I was saying, Faster to the Fun is back on Carnival, which is, I'll do a separate video on that here in the next couple days, just, in case you guys are interested in it.
Yeah.
But Carnival Spirit, tell us how as a whole, and we'll go kind of more in detail. But as a whole, what was your first impressions?
It was hot.
Yeah. Well,
it was a nice ship. I think I like the Legend a little bit better. I think it's a little bit newer ship than the Spirit. But our room was extremely hot. We took a later boarding time, and we were not able to get a fan as requested, like all my other cruises.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good cruise.
We've been taking these little fans about yay, all right, and we put them in a separate suitcase, that we put shoes and stuff like that in, and it really keeps the room cool. We did this on the Carnival Vista when we stayed on one of the aft balconies where, it's going to be hot, and it was hot, but those fans kept the whole room cool. So yeah, there's about, I don't know, 8x8, I guess. I don't know. They've actually got a thing on the online.
Yeah, me and my wife were looking at some, actually. I was looking some while I was out here on the road, and I just got home tonight, and I was showing her some that I was kind of interested in because we need to buy our own fans.
Okay. So the night before you stayed in Miami, what hotel did you stay at?
The Hilton Miami downtown.
What did you think about it?
Love that hotel. The nice scenery of the city. You look at the room that they gave us. Actually got an upgrade. Got a 1-bedroom suite. I thought it was just going to be just a junior suite, but we got an upgraded to a 1-bedroom suite. So I got a view of the port and view of downtown. I got to see the the Miami Heat's even arena from our room.
Yeah, I seen some of the pictures you posted online. That was a beautiful room. You got to see the port, you got to see downtown and everything.
Yep.
And I've never been to Miami. Tell us, I mean, I've always heard horror stories about Miami, right? As a truck driver, and probably you have too. But as a tourist, what was your impressions of Miami?
Busy.
Busy?
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, even though we had our vehicle, I left it at the hotel and we just took the Uber Lyft into downtown a little further and went to Bayside Marketplace. Went down there and we had what's the name of that restaurant? Margaritaville. Margaritaville for the very first time.
Yeah, I've never been to Margaritaville. I'm gonna have to try that one of these days. My main thing is I'm on a quest to. I wish I had one. Do I have one? Yes, I do. Oh, go to Fat Tuesday, and every place they have a Fat Tuesday, and collect these things right here.
Yep, I've got one.
Got one from Roatan and Key West. I was for February's cruise. I was going to go down to New Orleans because I got a Fat Tuesday down there. But my cruise in February falls on Mardi Gras weekend, and I don't want to have anything to do with that crowd.
Yeah.
So Debarkation Day, all right, cruise day. Tell us about how Debarkation went, like checking in, and how quick were you? You know, did you have to wait or whatnot? Tell us about Debarkation.
We got a notification earlier that morning and saying there was a 2-hour delay. Don't know the reason behind. I don't know if they were running late, but the ship was there when I woke up that morning. The ship was there. So I don't know what the delay was. There was some talk between the little Facebook page that I was in for that particular cruise, and find out people were boarding at normal time. So yeah, me and my wife, we waited for an extra hour than our normal check-in time. But yeah, we went in shortly, just right even before our normal check-in time, and we didn't actually have to wait for it, and got right on. No wait, no nothing.
I meant to say embarkation, not debarkation. My bad.
Yeah, I know what you
meant. So when what ports did you guys have?
We had Half Moon Cay, Grand Turk, Aruba, and Bonaire.
All right. How many sea days you guys have?
We had 8.
8. So you had
sea days. We had 3 sea days. We had 8 days. It's an 8-day cruise.
8 days. So you probably had 1 sea day between Miami and Half Moon Cay.
Yes. Or no, we had Half Moon Cay right away. We boarded the ship. Then that next day was Half Moon Cay, then Grand Turk, back to back. Then we had a sea day, then Aruba, Bonaire, back to back. Then we had 2 sea days back.
Okay. All right. But ain't much time to say. I don't really like that. I like to be able to, get settled in on the ship and everything. And for a couple days, just be out there at sea. I don't like to get started right there. But in turn, that trip back, you have 2 days. It feels like
that was nice.
Yeah. What'd you do in Half Moon Cay?
Yeah, we just did a beach day. Got and ran one of them clamshells and 2 loungers and just hung out and we snorkeled a little bit.
Did you see any? Where'd you go snorkeling at Half Moon Cay?
Just the normal beach.
Okay. Right, did you see anything?
Just normal fish. I didn't see no turtles. Someone saw a turtle over by that one. You were there on your last cruise, by that rock wall, like where the ferry boat comes in.
Yeah.
Someone saw some like lobsters or crabs right there along the wall, but I never did see them.
Yeah.
But they said they did see a sea turtle over there, so I went over there shortly after, and I didn't see nothing. Just a few little fish.
They say if you go all the way around towards the end of the whole thing, it's quite a walk. That's where some of the good snorkeling at. But the videos that I saw, it wasn't really worth the whole walk to go out that way.
Yeah.
So, but in case you ever wanted to. So, Grand Turk, what'd you guys do in Grand Turk?
We rented a golf cart, and we explored the city. And I got kicked by a donkey.
Oh no! How'd you manage that?
The colorful Grand Turk sign. We were coming up to it on our golf cart. We saw some people getting some photo ops, and there's wild donkey everywhere in Grand Turk. And it just, for these people, it worked out perfect. As they were getting off the golf cart, getting pictures with the sign, donkeys started coming up to us. So they got pictures with the sign and donkeys. But as me and Jen got up there, the donkeys were kind of scattering away. And then we were do our photo. I went up and started petting one. But I got a little close to his backside, his back leg, and he said, "Get off me," and kicked me.
Yeah, that'll do it, I guess. I've never been kicked by a jackass, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's something to take with you. Did it leave a mark?
Yeah, no, it didn't leave a mark. It didn't hurt that bad. He didn't get me that good.
Mosquitoes in Galveston got you worse than the donkey.
Oh yeah. I had some mosquitoes too in Miami at the hotel room when we're hanging outside, relaxing.
All right, so then you had a sea day. What'd you guys do for that sea day?
Yeah, it's pretty much just relaxed and just walked around on the ship. We didn't really do this cruise. You know, I've noticed with Carnival, after being on a few of them now, their shows are the same pretty much throughout all their cruise ships.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the '80s night or the rock show. It's the same. So we didn't go to any shows. We didn't even make it to any comedy shows on this cruise.
Yeah.
We just relaxed and just lounge on Lido.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Aruba. What'd you guys do in Aruba?
We rented a Jeep and went all over. Aruba, oh my God. The scenery. You go on one side of the ship when you get off, it's somewhat tropical. You get on the other side of the island, it's desert. There's cactuses and everything down there. We really enjoyed it. We went to something called Natural Bridge or something like that. Something Natural Bridge we went down to, and we got a lot of photos and video down there along the water. If I didn't have the Jeep, I would not have went down there in a golf cart or even a regular car.
Yeah. Just kind of, it's just rough.
Yeah, where we went, it was like had like that hard rock, coral rock. If you fell down or something tripped on it, you'll get scraped up pretty bad.
Cut up, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just glad I had the Jeep and big tires, and after we saw the lighthouse, that's where we went into that area and got real close to the water. You didn't want to get into the water. There wasn't a beach there, but there's a lot of water splashing up against the shoreline.
When you got on a Jeep, did you have to stay in a group, or were you free to go where you wanted to?
We did it private. We just got off the ship, and you know how the people will stand outside the port and they're offering stuff. We went up. They had a sign. They had cars. They had Jeeps side by sides. And said, what can you offer us? So I kind of try to not swindle, but negotiate price a little bit, and we got a decent price for it, I think.
Interesting.
Around $150 for the whole day.
Interesting. What country is that? Is Aruba just a separate country, or is it associated with another country? Do you remember?
I'm not real for sure, but I know there's some Dutch on there, so I don't know if there's some Dutch country. I'm not real for sure.
Because you know how like Grand Cayman, it's like, it's British. That's a British country. Yeah. So my question was, where I was going down, like, so you don't have a driver's license. How do they don't care if you don't have a local driver's license or whatnot? You just go.
I think I showed them an ID, so they just give my information in case something happened or I didn't come back with it.
Well, I tell you what, man, they're taking a big risk. Oh yeah, here's an ID. I'll just take off and go wreck it. Yeah, I could only imagine someone who's like never driven before, and then they go rent a Jeep or whatever, and then go freaking crash it.
Yeah, I think I bought a little extra insurance just in case something happened. You just never know. The Grand Turk was a little different because you had to drive on the opposite side of the road, even in the golf cart.
Yeah,
what we're used to. So that was a little different, driving on the opposite side of what we're used to.
Yeah. So from there, you went to Bonaire. What do you think of Bonaire? What do you guys do?
We took a ferry ride over to what was it called? No Name Beach or something Klein Bonaire. It's an uninhabited island. There's no facilities, no restaurants, no nothing over there. But it was really good with snorkeling. It's one of the known places there to snorkel. I did normal snorkeling, but there's a thing called drift snorkel. You start at a certain point outside inside the water around there, and it takes you the drift with the water takes you around the island. But I didn't do that.
Yeah,
I just stayed on the normal beach and went out and swam around some other little coral and saw a bunch of different style of fish I've never seen in any of the other ports I've seen before.
Did you get a lot of video?
Yes and no. The Grand Turk. I used the 360 a lot, but I wish I would have had more time when I ordered. I had much time to play with it, get used to it.
Yeah,
I screwed up in Grand Turk with the 360. All my footage with Grand Turk is pretty much garbage.
No,
I changed the setting and I didn't know it, and it's only coming out of one lens.
I've done that.
And it wasn't the lens.
Oh,
it
no.
wasn't the lens I needed.
So here's the deal. I did that one time. Was a year ago when we went to the Glory Cruise, and I had my wife in the back seat of the truck as we were going into New Orleans. I don't know if you've seen that footage, but we're driving around downtown and we're going in the parking garage, and she had it on 360. Didn't really want it on 360, so now you have this footage where you got this side of footage where you have where it's seeing, but I have the lens cap on the other side. So you had black, and I had to go. It took me hours to edit just 2 or 3 minutes worth of video, and it was so horrible because because it wants to move. I don't know if your camera does that too. Where the video wants to kind of move.
Yeah.
And
I noticed that because I mounted it in my windshield of my truck on the way down to Florida. We're in Florida. I ran the coastline at A1A a little bit, and I didn't realize it up until the last minute when I was looking at the map. I drove by Mar-a-Lago.
Oh, right there by Donald Trump's place.
Yep. So, but I noticed when I had the screen, when I had it up in the windshield, and I had the new screen that's on the X3 Insta 360. It saw that it kept the image just kept wanting to move side to over to one angle, and it's not really pointing at where I want it to shoot.
Right.
But it says it's 360, so I can move it around and do whatever I want, reframe it, do whatever I want with it.
Yep, and that's what you got to do before I even put it in the my editing software. You got to go through all on the GoPros. You do the GoPro software first, and then just get it like that. And it's a little bit time consuming, but if done right, you got some great footage out of 360. Love it. This, of course, I got mine right here, but but on the whole cruise, did you get much video? Are you going to be able to have some videos to upload here in a couple of years?
No, it takes a while for me to do it. Yeah, I'm actually I should have something. But Grand Turk, whatever I got pretty much off my phone is what I'm going to have to use for that one. Off the 360, I think Grand Turk's pretty much garbage off the 360. So I think I got some video and some still shots. Yeah. Just what I use off my phone and my wife's phone. Yeah, I would.
That's a good deal. Well, get it up there one of these days. That's for sure. So we talked about the ports on the ship. Tell us about the room that you got. Did you guys get a balcony suite? What you guys get?
Yeah, we just a standard balcony.
A pretty good room.
Yeah, the only downside with that what we talked about before, that lifeboat right outside the door.
Yeah, and it was warm.
Yeah, and it was warm.
And but as far as the ship goes, the Carnival Spirit, what was your impressions of it as a whole, as far as restaurants, staff. You briefly talked about entertainment there. What was the high points and the low points of the actual cruise ship?
We didn't do any shows, so I can't say that, but it's just, I mean, it was not a large ship, but it wasn't a small ship.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I don't know how to really explain it, but yeah, just because mainly we lounge just a lot just out there on Lido on this one, because I had a little bit of problem pre-cruise. I don't know if you remember from our July cruise when me and you had that little chocolate melting cake eating thing.
Yeah. I regretted that. Yep.
Yeah, my heart rate got a little high.
Mm.
But pre-cruise, before we even boarded, my Apple Watch was going off. See, my heart rate was too high for a certain amount of time, so I didn't do as much on the cruise what I would expected I wanted to do, because I kind of took it easy just in case something medically was about ready to happen.
Right. So you pretty much laid off of
relaxed.
a lot of the suites.
Yeah, the suites, and then just exert myself, or we just did a lot of relax. We didn't even explore all the ship that I wanted to play in. We just hung out. And
as far as the entrees and the main dining room, what was your experience? What did you have the highlight of the week? Did you try anything new, or what'd you do for the main dining room?
I did try some stuff new. I had what was it? Some wild boar. That was good. And what was that other one? No, I didn't. I was talking about doing frog legs, but I didn't do frog legs. But I did their version of gator. I had gator on there. I had gator a few times in Iowa at a German restaurant, but I had some gator on there for the first time.
Yeah. As far as your wait staff, were they pretty good wait staff, or how'd that go?
Oh yeah, they were awesome. They were awesome. They were really good. They kept the.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they took good care of us. You know, they kept my drinks full, and my wife's drinks full, and you know, it was a little speedier main dining room than normal. Then it took about an hour and a half on average, you know, for the main dining room.
Yeah. As far as you mentioned drinks,
there.
Did y'all try any new drinks or whatever?
Yeah, they turned us on to it. We usually drink not the frozen, but some of the fruitier mixed drinks, cocktails. Mm-hmm. We used to drink this pirate punch.
Yeah.
And we went on to another one. It's a little strong. I think it's a little stronger. What was it called, Jen? Something Cruiser.
The Cruiser.
Yeah, it was called the Cruiser.
The Cruiser.
And I tried their version, and also the version of the Long Island iced tea. It was actually pretty good.
I'm gonna try that Cruiser. I think I tried the Long Island. No, I tried the Cuban iced tea, whatever you call that, out of the Havana bar on the Vista.
Yeah. Well, we did have some excitement in the dining room one night.
Oh, tell us about it. You should have filmed it if it was too good. Come on.
The one time I did not have the camera with me.
Oh man.
We had a little argument fight on the main dining room.
Great. Another Carnival freaking argument /fight fisticuffs.
It wasn't physical, but it was more verbal. When we were eating dinner, there was a child. I don't know, he's probably been maybe 7, 8 years old, was throwing a fit. I was getting a little annoyed. So what's going on with this kid? But then my wife said maybe he has an issue, like it's something mental. Finding out he did. But the table right next door to us, there was a couple elderly ladies. One of them got up, went to the dividing, like where the glass is, kind of divides the different parts of the tables away from each other.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Said something to us 2 tables over from the glass. Something you need to take care of your kid, getting it, keep it quiet, whatever. The mother came over very nicely and said, "Hey, my child he's autistic or has autism. We're doing our best right now. He's just having an episode." This older lady wasn't having it. So I said, I got a grandson that's autistic. We can control him a lot better than that, and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And some words went back and forth, and this lady that came over very nicely and tried to explain what's going on, why he's acting, we're trying to keep calming down. She tossed water on this older lady.
Oh,
water
no.
went everywhere onto her. And she's like requesting and say, hey, I want this lady removed from the ship. She want her banned, whatever this and that. Says, no, I think because when she was going back and forth, she says, she ended up, the grandmother came over and said some words to this elder lady. And then she went back. She said, oh, if I see you out on deck, I'm going to throw you overboard.
Wow.
And then that older lady turned to me and said, do you think they need to be removed? I said, no, I think you need to remove. Because I have a nephew that's autistic, even though he's older now. But there's different types or severities of autism.
Mm-hmm.
And if she would have kept her mouth shut and let the family take care of the child and get him calmed down, whatever, everything would have been fine. So yeah, security got called, and no one got into getting kicked off the ship, but it was a little wild.
Yeah, that's sad. Sad. Now it is what it is. You have, and I've noticed this with a lot of platinum and diamond cruisers, and we're about to be platinum, and I don't want to be that stuck up platinum where you start, saying, flashing that card around saying, hey, I'm platinum, I'm diamond, treat me better than everyone else, or, a total Karen, you know what I mean?
That's what I think that older lady is. I think she's a regular cruiser. She's a big gambler, because there was some talk that she was in the casino a lot, and she was very rude, even rude in the casino.
Yeah. And we tried, it's like, yeah, it's something to be proud of, right? But you don't want to use it, against somebody. It's like, hey, everyone's on vacation, and everyone's, come to different, on a cruise for different reasons, and they come from different backgrounds, and you have to be open to that. And it's kind of like us, like we've got the Vista coming up next year in June, and we've got the Grand Suite, and the Grand Suite gives you privileges to the Havana area, and I'm going to basically stay in the Havana area for the whole cruise because it's nice and quiet and all that kind of stuff. That's just because I just like to chill, kind of like, you guys like to chill. I'm not there for the, all the party atmosphere, even though I'll go and, walk around a little bit, but, that's about it. But
we hung out around the Red Frog quite a bit, or just because there's two different parts of the ship. There's like kind of like a halfway enclosed area on a pool side, and there's another side. It's more the normal Lido wide open.
Yeah.
And me and my wife, we vaped, so we were hanging out on that other side, but the Red Frog was on the other side where it was kind of somewhat covered.
Yeah.
The bartenders there at Red Frog took care of me and my wife Jen, and we were tipping them pretty well. But there was one, because Jen hit the max drinks a few times on past cruises to top out the 15. I hit 15 for the first time one night on this cruise. I was feeling pretty damn good.
You're feeling pretty good. Were you talking to your shoes?
No,
because that's usually what I do when I start hugging everybody, and I talk to my shoes when
I made the mistake and went to the casino.
Oh no! And then you came back. You got back to your truck, and it says, "You know what? I was going to take another week off from work, but boy, we are broke because I spent it all in the casino."
Yes, I did.
Been there, done that.
I took cash to put on my bank. Now they're in the casino. Is that once that's gone, if I lose it, that's it. I don't know. I added more money 3 different times.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I don't know if you've ever noticed this. I don't know. Maybe it's just a one-time thing. But on our cruise that we took last June on the Vista, we decided to use cash to put in the slot machines, and not put it on our sign and sale, but to put it directly in, take a $20 bill and put it directly into the slot machines. And I found that we lost more money doing that than actually playing with our sign and sale card. Have you noticed anything like that?
I was trying to pay attention because I watched your video that you were saying something about that. The very first night, or the first night that we actually went down, we didn't go the very first night of the cruise. It was like night 2 or night 3 that we went down for the first time. We took cash. We still put the sale and sign card in the machine. But Jen was sitting next to me. We both put the cash in. I was doing really well. She was not. But to say then in that same the whole night, the first night we went down, I did well, she did not. But the next night we went down, she was doing well, I was not.
I've noticed that too.
So I don't know if there's a rhythm. If you're both parties are playing, or it's in your stateroom. But yeah, then it came to the third.
I think that's the way it is, because Joni's like the same way. Like, she could be doing good and I'll lose it all, but then vice versa. It's never us doing really good at the same time. We could suck at the same time, but we're not going to be knocking it out of the park at the same time. It never has happened.
The night when I had maxed out on my drinks, neither one of us did well. we lost it all. What we took.
And that's the thing. And that's a deal about casinos. Oh, you're losing money and whatnot. And listen, that's just what happens when you go, and it's like, that's just, as long as you're having fun, I don't see a problem with it.
No.
Yeah, we don't have a gambling problem. If we did, we'd be in Bossier City all the time over here, and going to the casinos over here. But no. But on the cruise ship, we just get bored and like, hey, you know what? Let's pass some time and let's go. Our thing that we started doing on this last cruise was those quarter machines.
Yeah, we didn't do those this time.
That was the first time I did it. I had a blast.
Jen, do they have those ones with the pushes the quarters? I guess they did. I don't remember even seeing them, but Jen said they had them.
I've got they're in my pickup truck, but in my camera bag, I still have the chips. Those little chips that are in there. I have, the ones that I got from the Carnival Dream. I saved those, and so when we go on the Glory, it's like, hey, I'm gonna take those on here, and in case I think you guys spell out bonus, and if you do, that's money. So. Oh,
really? I didn't know that part of it.
Yeah. So like, if you go and those little chips you get, they're like, if you cash in a chip, it's like you get like a couple bucks. It's not much. But if you get the whole bonus, you get like, a couple $1,000s at least. It's actually a pretty good thing.
Yeah, there's actually somebody on our ship was it 25 grand, Jen? That's what Blackjack won $25,000.
That'd be nice.
So I wish because he was playing a side bet, and with the side bet, they call it Lucky Ladies. It had something to do with the queens, with him having queens, and then the dealer having queens. And it's very rare for someone to get that. And with whatever the amount he betted, he won 25 grand. Holy crap!
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's some woman.
So on your last 2 cruise days, did y'all just chill? Did y'all do anything? What y'all do on those last 2 days?
Yeah, we just pretty much chilled the whole time when we were on ship, when we were sailing. We just pretty much chilled, went back between the room, got some food, came back, sat out on Lido.
Yeah,
and I was kind of really concerned about the heart rate pre-cruise. Yeah, my watch never did go off during the cruise, and since we back, my watch hasn't gone off. But it would not stop pre-cruise from the day of. And it kind of made me a little nervous.
I got you, and I understand, especially with my wife and her conditions and stuff that she has. So who's your cruise director?
Oh, Erin. Her name was Erin, but I thought that she went by something. I told her name was Erin. I thought she went by something. It's not Fire. What? Something right? Fire? Or is that somebody else?
Yeah, that's Kendall. Yeah, that's Kendall Fire.
Yeah, I was on another cruise. Yeah, her name was just Erin. She was okay. We didn't see much of her.
Yeah.
Some people on the Facebook page was kind of disappointed that she didn't do some of the stuff that other cruise directors have done.
Well, I mean, most people don't go on for a cruise director unless it's the Flying Scotsman or the Kendall Fire or that dude that's playing on the Love Boat. Yeah. And so, yeah, for outside of that, that's just like the bonus to me.
Yeah, I want to get on a ship where the Flying Scotsman. I have not been on a ship yet with him.
Yeah, and I think they had a kid, and I think they may have a second one. I don't know, and that's one of the reasons why they haven't done. He fills in more than anything else. I'm interested to see who's going to be on the Carnival Jubilee next year. That'll be interesting because they usually put their, one of their hottest cruise directors on there. So, we'll see.
Because I think I can't remember what is his real first name. The Flying Scotsman,
Chris Williams.
Chris Williams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know he was, when they did the inaugural stuff for the Mardi Gras, I think he was on there.
Yeah.
And Tony from La Di Loca was on, he did went to the naming ceremony for the celebration this past week, or this past weekend.
Yeah. And that's going on now. Yeah.
And when they announced John Heald, it almost sounded like him. So I don't know if he was on the celebration.
He could have been.
Watch more because I know Sharon at Sea is on there, and who else? Nautical Nurse Nancy. I'm gonna have to watch some other their videos they put out and see if he was on there.
Yeah,
for the inaugural.
My prediction. Well, first, before we go talk about future cruises that we'll both be on, let's talk about the Debarkation, the most hated day of the cruise. Yes. How did Debarkation go in Miami?
Actually, I thought that one almost went a little smoother than some of them in the past.
Yeah.
You do the normal luggage tag, the thing for your zone number, and they called it out, and they got a conveyor belt, like they do at an airport when you get off your airplane.
Mm-hmm.
They have the thing where it goes into those conveyor belts is in zones, like 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to whatever. Zone A, Zone B, Zones, whatever. And it was simple, but we got a little worried because we didn't see most of our luggage at some point went to the wrong one is at the other end for some dumb reason. But it went pretty simple. You just look for your luggage on the conveyor belt, grab it, and you leave. It was your normal customs, do the facial thing.
Do you have any tips for anybody getting on the Carnival Spirit or going to the Port of Miami? Any tips for future cruisers? Or maybe something really. to not do.
It's almost between Miami, Galveston, and New Orleans, the main 3 ports I've been out of so far. They're all about the same. Yeah. Just make sure when you're checking in or when you're walking in, have all your documents ready and out ready to go. It's accessible, so you're not holding up the line. It's pretty much just about the same. Because we took a shuttle down. We parked at our hotel. It was part of our package that we paid for that helped Miami downtown. So we just took an Uber down there to let us off at the dock. The porters grabbed your stuff, and we took porters and we hung out for a little bit because of the 2-hour delay. But we hung out an extra maybe 45 minutes, and we were able to check in, no problem, no wait time, no nothing. Within probably 15, 20 minutes of us walking in, we were on board.
So now that you got that done, you got Thanksgiving, which is tomorrow. A year from now is the Carnival Jubilee. Then you got Christmas. And then on January 29th, you will be on the Norwegian, I almost said Carnival, Norwegian breakaway for the Vloggers cruise.
Oh, yeah.
Out of New Orleans. So, do you have any?
Yeah, we're excited about that one.
Do you have anything planned after that until the Jubilee cruise?
Yeah, we have nothing in between the Vloggers cruise and the Jubilee. You're probably
Yeah.
you probably won't be booking anything else until 24, or next cruise will be in 24.
Yeah, that's like us. We've got 4 cruises, kind of 3, but one because one of them's back to back, but that's 4, and it's like not only the one in February is the cheapest, and then we've got a grand suite for the back to back. That's expensive, and then the big freaking cruise in Jubilee was it the XL suite or whatever. It's the one has the thing. It's has an expensive room. So yeah, one of these days we'll be smart and get cheap rooms and go on more cruises. But it's the other way around. But so I've got so I haven't even looked at hotel rooms for Galveston next year, and I probably won't until we get a little closer because we just booked our hotel for New Orleans for February. And let me tell you something. If you go on the week of Mardi Gras, you're looking at hotel rates like $1,000 a night for some of these for some of these rooms, and these rooms have like a 3-night minimum stay. So we got Fairfield, whatever it's called, in Laplace, which is out, and it's still like $179, but that's a lot better than the $700-800 rooms for the cheap rooms in New Orleans.
I ain't paying that kind of money because we're staying in the front. We are staying in the French Quarter for the bloggers. It's a Wingate. Listen from ECC Travels got a really good group rate. And it came out to around $169 before tax. But I told Jen, because since we vape, and she wakes up sometimes in the middle of the night. I read some of the reviews. I said, if you need to wake up in the middle of the night and you want to go vape, wake my ass up. Do not go outside by yourself after hours. Yeah, it's not good down there.
Yeah, we stayed one of them, the Marriott down there in New Orleans, and that's we went to go walk from there to the French Quarter, and to get there, I mean, yeah, it's kind of rough. It's kind of rough, and me being a country boy, I'm just I don't care about anything like that. So I love New Orleans, their port, but as far as the city goes, I've delivered to all their Home Depots and Lowe's and stuff, and let me just say that it's something else. Because here's the deal: you think of the cities in the South, right? You think of Dallas, you think of Birmingham, you think of I don't know, Houston, Baton Rouge. These are nice towns. Yeah, they have rough spots like anywhere else does, but New Orleans, it's all rough. It's just all rough. Yeah. So, and I've said this on video before, for anyone who wants to cruise down there out of New Orleans and you want to, go to get a hotel, spend the money because they'll be the safest. If you go and say, hey, I want to here's one for $80 a night. You're thinking, oh, that's a good deal. Yeah. You may get shot down there. So it's probably best you spend some money, or do what we're doing in February. Go to either Laplace or Slidell or Covington or something like that. Where you have to drive a few miles, but it ain't that far to drive. So
that hotel that me and Jen stayed at, that February 19 cruise, I think you stayed there once before for your Truckers Gone Wild cruise, I think, or I thought you mentioned it was that Marriott in Metairie. That was pretty good.
That's a nice one. That is a nice one. It's a high rise. We looked at that one, and that's one of those that's asking for like a $900,000 a night for this next one. Yeah, it's crazy.
February 19, it was only like maybe $200, I think, a night.
I
100, almost 2 or something like that, or low 2. It was just one night was there. If it was multiple night, I probably wouldn't stay there. Can't stay.
Yeah, so the time we stayed at the Marriott in Metairie, we booked a room, just a standard room that overlooked Lake Pontchartrain. Well, there was like a college basketball team that was staying there, and they were late checking out, and we were there, and so they said, "Well, you can't have that room, but you got the city side where you're looking over the city of New Orleans, but we'll upgrade you due for inconvenience." And they gave us a suite, which was nice because it's like you have this nice room, and then but you have this separate room that is all glass all around there, and you're looking out, seeing the city. It was beautiful. Nice room. Expensive, but $200-$300. It's not that bad. Again, you're on vacation. Some people don't have the option of going to Laplace, say if they're flying in or something like that. So they don't have those options. So think about that if you're getting on a cruise in New Orleans for any time around Mardi Gras. I think the one that you and I went on in 2019, either that was before Mardi Gras or after. I can't remember.
It was pre Mardi Gras. Me and Jen did go down to Bourbon Street. Who wanted to check it out? For this is the first time we've been down there, and we did see a parade that night.
Mm-hmm.
A parade on around the Bourbon Street area. Then we went somewhere else. We saw a parade somewhere for pre Mardi Gras.
Dude, they do parades like weeks before. I was used to spend the night down there at the Home Depots, for my deliveries and stuff. And you'll be 1-2 o'clock in the morning. You wake up and you're just out there sitting in your, in the truck, and there's floats, behind pickup trucks and stuff that are going back to wherever they were doing parades at. I'm like, oh, God. And it's not even Mardi Gras yet, but these people, they love it down there, and that's just a part of that culture. But I do definitely like New Orleans. The best part about New Orleans. Go ahead.
It's Mardi Gras. I thought that was strictly a New Orleans thing. I guess there's other states. I guess there's somewhere down there in Texas or somewhere doesn't Mardi Gras also.
Yeah, Galveston does. Yeah, Galveston does. Shreveport over here does. Galveston does some Mardi Gras as well too. Not as big as New Orleans, but they still do that.
Yeah, I just thought it was an easy New Orleans thing.
Yeah, no, but that's the main one right there. That's for sure. Trying to think what else we got going on. I know 2023 is going to be a big year for cruising, and I'm predicting that the first cruise director for the Jubilee will be Kendall Fire, because she is from Texas. I think it'll be a Texas themed thing.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see. Who knows? There may be another up and coming, because Matt Meacham was a favorite, and then you had Chris Williams has never been a cruise director for an inaugural. I think he was unofficially, because like one guy was sick or something like that, or something had happened and he had to fill in. But but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Got a whole nother year for that. Right now, it's all about the Carnival celebration that's going on, and I'm interested to see about how that ship is turning out, because usually the way these things work is you have, a brand new, series of ship that comes out on Carnival, and you have your first ship. In this case, would be Mardi Gras. All right, it sets a new standard, and then the celebration comes in and says, okay, well, it's kind of like the Mardi Gras, but it's better over here. Over there, we add this, take away that. So that'll be interesting. And then the Jubilee will be the same way. They'll take, they'll add stuff, take away stuff. They'll, they'll do stuff. It's kind of like the Dream Clash. You had the Dream, then the Magic, and then the Breeze, I believe, in that order. And just varied. And then the Vista, you had the Vista, Horizon, and Panorama. It may be, I know Vista was first, and they just add stuff and take away stuff. So
try to perfect it.
Yeah, exactly. And then I don't know if they're going to do a fourth ship to the XL class or if they're going to go even bigger. I don't know if they've announced what they're going to do after that to
Yeah,
try to
see that.
keep up with the Royal Caribbean and Norwegian and all them.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be getting close to that. The Oasis class. Those are
Yeah, I don't think anyone is. You know, I think if Royal Caribbean ever sniffs that one of their competitors saying that we're going to have the largest ship, that's when they go to the drawing board. It's like, okay, challenge accepted. But my thing is with that, and I could be totally wrong, never been on one of those huge ships where you get to where you're trying to overdo it, where it takes a lot of the fun out of it because
yeah,
out of the Vista class, Dream class, and the Conquest class that I've been on Carnival, the Dream class is better because it's simple, you know, and the rooms are bigger, and all that. Vista, it's a little bigger, but I mean, they add some stuff and they start to cram stuff in there. And I don't want that in my cruise ship. I keep it simple, stupid. And but
the
you know, they're always
only thing I don't think I like about the Vista is the theater, how they do the seats. They just got the regular chairs. They don't have just like the Dream Class does, and then they don't have the little table out in front of you.
Right. I don't like that about the Vista. I don't like that about the Vista at all. As a matter of fact, I think we had better time on the Vista on the upper deck. Usually I like being down on the bottom.
Yeah.
Because you have a place to put your drink at and you know you're relaxed. You have arm room and all this kind of stuff. But yeah, they're just trying to squeeze you in. And these new theaters on like the Mardi Gras and the Celebration, they don't even have that. Now it's like an actual theater, you know, where you have a stadium style seating and there's no table. There's nothing like that. And I'm just not a fan of that. I just like the relaxed atmosphere that a cruise ship is supposed to be.
Yeah.
And that's my fear about these ships, you know, becoming way too cookie cutter. I know they're somewhat cookie cutter in a way, but it's just like they start taking the comfort out of it, and because they're trying to squeeze more people in. And when they do that, it takes a lot of the fun out. And I think as these ships get bigger and all that, I think these companies will see that and they'll go, and it's like maybe here in 10 years or so, they say, well, okay, we're going to start making a smaller ship for a change. So who knows? I doubt they will, but you ought to see that that brand new terminal in Galveston for Royal Caribbean. That thing is big and nice, and man, puts the Carnival one to shame.
I've seen the videos of it. It looks real nice.
Yeah, we passed by it. The last time we were in Galveston was, I believe it was the same weekend that y'all were going on the cruise. Because I saw you post some pictures on Facebook, and we were down there in Galveston when you guys were boarding the ship. So we had our version of the beach, Texas Beach, which was nothing like Half Moon Cay, but it's ours. So we'll take it, and we can drive on it, for crying out loud. So,
hey, by the way, before I forget, have you heard how many ships we're going to have in port on the Jubilee cruise?
No, I know that the Vista's going to be leaving. They're going to Miami. I don't know what else is going to be there.
I think it's be the Jubilee, I think the Dream, and there's 2 Royal ships.
Yeah. Of course, that's going to be on down towards, because used to be all right there. Now it's kind of like all spread out. So
yeah, the hotel we booked there. I don't know if you've noticed, we've driven around there on there down there in Galveston on Seawall Boulevard. There's a brand new Hilton Home to Suites. That's where we booked for there. It's actually, it's not open yet. It's open the first week. It's opening up is this right week or two before Christmas of this year. So when we get down there for the Thanksgiving cruise, it won't even be barely a year old yet.
Yeah, They're doing a lot of stuff down there. Um, there's one Holiday Inn that we stayed at, and I don't know if they sold it or whatever. Now there's something else there now. But the Holiday Inn that we stayed, because there are like 3 or 4 Holiday Inns down there. But this past time we stayed at the Holiday Inn Resort because it was quite cheaper because it's middle of October, and well, they get, I guess because we booked it, it was kind of like one of those things like spur of the moment, and we didn't book it out in advance, and they put us like on the 2nd floor, and we got that room so we could go and overlook the ocean, but because we were so late to book it, we were on the 2nd floor, and all you see is the pool, and so there was kind of a dud on that. So we should have stayed at the Palms, which is pretty cheap this time of year. But
that Hilton that we got, because I didn't think none of the hotels were offering to open up for booking basically the first weekend of December. But I saw some people posting, "Hey, we got our hotel reserved. We got our hotel reserved" on their Facebook page. And so I looked it up. Hilton brand opened up, and so that's what we did. Notice this new home to suite. So I booked it for right now just to make sure I had one. Especially there's before 4 ships in town. But I know the Holiday Inn brand, the IHs, Comfort Inns, and Marriott's have not opened up yet.
Yeah,
I think that the first weekend, 2nd weekend of December, they'll be opening up. So I'm going to check out the other prices and see where they're at. So like the Holiday Inn Resort or whatever else is. We stayed at the Marriott. What was that? Something. I can't remember the name. Brand. It was on the West End, not too far from the bridge to head towards Houston.
Yeah,
we stayed at that Marriott over there.
We went to Galveston this last time, and we tried out a little barbecue place I've never been into, and I'm glad I tried it. That way, when we go down there, because it's like, we'll know not to go there because here's the deal: when you eat, to me, when you eat pulled pork, it's not supposed to be sweet like candy. It's just not. And this stuff was sweet like candy. The first bite was really good, but then after that, I was like, oh, this is just too sweet. It was like almost eating sugar. It was just a horrible place. But so, we'll probably be going down there to Galveston a few times before that cruise. I'm going to find us a place to eat that no one else goes to, something different. Our thing is when we go down to Galveston, we don't go to the best places because we spend so much time on the beach. We'll just go to the room and order pizza or go to IHOP or something like that where it's nice and quiet. But definitely I want to get you guys out there for like down there for a couple days before. Go across the ferry, go ride around on Crystal Beach and go sit out there with our lawn chairs and stuff like that and drink some Seagrams and, do some stuff. That's really cool. It's really relaxing down there. That's for daggone, I'm sure.
I'm already having a cocktail tonight.
I've got my flower water right here, man. That's all I've got. I'm out of anything enjoyable in the fridge besides Klondike bars. But anyway.
Yeah, this is Jameson and butterscotch schnapps.
There you go. Let's see, question here. Do Carnival cruisers like Nick Gert? Oh my gosh. That's troll. Anyway. I should have known. Anyways, I see what else we got going on. I think that covers it. We got big holidays. This is our last Thanksgiving for a couple of years we're spending with family, which is nice. Last Thanksgiving. I'll tell you what, we're going to have to watch a football game on the cruise next year because Cowboys play on Thanksgiving.
Well,
but
we have to make a plan for that one.
Yeah, that's for sure. Probably watch it on the Lido. Like last year, we watched it on the Lido on the Glory. And that was that was pretty fun, even though we lost. But it's still fun. watching a football game on a cruise ship, because you get, people supporting their teams and whatnot. It's like going to a bar, but a bar that's floating at sea.
Yep.
So, which is pretty cool. But I tell you what, man, we've been on here for an hour, so I guess we're gonna call it here. And good having you on, and hopefully some people that's getting on the Carnival spirit will kind of go in here and maybe watch. Salt Life Cruising is your YouTube channel. When are you going to have videos going up?
I'm actually starting tomorrow. I'm going to start in this whole holiday weekend. I'm going to try to get some editing done and get some stuff done from our past cruises and be current before January 29th. I'm
going to hold you to it.
I don't know.
Hold you to it.
I mean, you're the big YouTuber. I mean, I don't know. I'm kind of OCD. I like to do them all in order from the cruises I've done it, but does it really matter if I do it?
No.
in order?
I would. This is what I would do because you're so far behind. What I would do if I was you, the one that you currently got off of, get those up and everything, and then because you're going to have some downtime, right? Between cruises, that's when you go take, some of those old footage and then, post them up. Like, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put all my Carnival Dream videos I may do that here next week or so. Put it all make it one video and be like an hour long, but it just kind of keeps content on there going. But I would definitely take that newest stuff that you have, put it up, and then when you don't have anything to post, that's when you go and put some of that older stuff up.
Yeah, because I need to get with you because I'm still trying to figure out the whole YouTube thing. Because I got YouTube Studios, I know I do my thumbnails, but I need to figure out how to make a playlist. Where they hit playlist and then see that particular cruise.
Yeah, pretty simple. You can do that on your you do that right here on your YouTube your regular app, right? Because like Pale Riders Live right here. I could go and just take this video and somewhere,
because when you click video, you can see all my videos, but you hit playlist and it's blank. So I just want to put like all my Carnival Dream together, the Carnival Legend together, the Carnival Vista, the Breeze, and all those videos all in line in a playlist list.
Yeah. So what you do is go. Yeah, I'll walk you through it here. But yeah, you definitely want to have a playlist. That way it'll automatically play. That's only if you click the playlist though, but it does help if someone stumbles upon your video, and it may show the next one that pops up. But I always like having a playlist. That's for sure. And it helps even if you're like, we've done it before, as the trucking videos before, right? Where I'll do a video and then so-and-so over here will do a video and then so-and-so over here will do a video all on the same topic. We'll get together and put it all under one playlist, right? You could put it on playlists on your channel. Anything that you see, it's like, oh, this is my music playlist. Hey, I'm going to watch the Smashing Pumpkins. This is, and then put Pantera and then Garth Brooks or whatever. It's like, this is my music. It's what I like. Not saying I like Garth Brooks. I should never say that. But, what I'm saying, I'll just, you do stuff like that. It doesn't have to be your videos, but on Bonehead Truckers, I have a Bonehead Truckers playlist, a Four Wheeler Fridays playlist. I've got a Carnival Dream playlist, and just all the different ones. And you can see in your analytics that people actually do click on playlists. So it is a good thing to have. So required, no, but it's nice to have, that's for sure. Everyone pretty much does it that has channels. But again, it's not required, but it does help. It does help.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's Salt Life Cruising. Subscribe to his channel. And then once you start posting videos, I'll share it to my community and stuff like that. My channel's kind of dead. We grew to 1,600 subscribers. And then I made the fatal mistake of not posting anything for like a month or two. And that's a good way to kill a channel when you start, But it's just like, it's hard to keep up all these channels, right? I got Bonehead Truckers, the main one. And then, then I'm going to go fishing. So there, got that channel. Then I've got another channel. I just do random stuff. I got a radio channel. And it's hard to keep up all those. And so, but you look at these big cruising channels, that's their main channel. But that's the reason why they do so well. They do videos every single day, and it doesn't hurt that they're going on freaking cruises every other week. That helps too. But wish I could afford that. Yeah. Well, they're travel agents. Most of them are, so they can go on there. But that's their business, though, right? That's their business to go. If it was, let's just say Bonehead Truckers was a cruising channel. Oh, I'd be on cruises every other week too, but it's not. It's, they have to go on cruises for content. Like a lot of, like Just Trucking. He has to go and do runs in his truck for content. He's making enough money where he doesn't have to work driving a truck, but for content, he has to. So that's the reason why that's just cruising people. That's how they do it. And man, I would love to cruise for a living. Man, that would be awesome.
Oh yeah, it would.
But they got it going on, and more power to them one of these days. But I mean, you'll have a chance on the vloggers cruises to kind of network with some of these channels. So that'll be good.
I just got to learn how to. Most of my videos, they're all pretty much B-roll. I don't talk other than the room tour. So I did do a room tour on the one on the Vista. It was kind of brief, a little quicker than my first one on the Breeze. But I just need to learn how to talk. But it's pretty much just video and music.
Yeah, and that happens, right? Because it's like, most of my videos where I'm just filming, I just throw music over it because I didn't even think to talk on a lot of them. And here, the last couple of cruises, I did start talking more. But I got way more B-roll than I have of anything else. And so you just throw some music on it, and people like music, with their cruise videos. I'll sit there and I'll watch. What's his face? He hasn't done any cruise videos in a while. I forget his name, but that's all his stuff is. Sometimes you'll hear him say something, but it's pretty much just music and video. And I can sit there and watch it in my living room. My wife and I can do it, and it sets the mood. And so I think you can get away with it. That's for sure. Yeah. But, how do EECC travels? How do they get so big? How does, Lolita Loca and all, Sharon at Sea, how do they get so big? Because they talk a lot. And, you don't ever think about it all the time, So you're at dinner, and it's like, oh, man, I should have filmed what I ate. Besides taking a little clip. Should have talked about it, but while you're sitting there talking, the food's getting cold. So I don't want to sit there and do all that.
No, the food. I'll take a picture of the food what we ate, but then there's times when I forget. I'm halfway done with it. I say, crap! I forgot to take a picture of my food.
Yep, I remember not our first cruise, but our second cruises. Thanksgiving cruise had both of our kids with us. I took more pictures of food on that one than any other because it was like a year and a half, almost 2 years between cruises. And by that time I discovered YouTube cruising channels. And it was like, yeah, I need to do this. But the more cruises I gone on, the less pictures and less video that I take. Yeah. So, but this is kind of a dry spell. We're going from July to February, which, listen, a lot of people think, oh, that's what, 6-7 months. But it's like, compared to the last year, 2 years, it's like that is a very big dry spell, because there for a while we were going on a cruise every 2 to 3 months, but now we're going, waiting 6 or 7 months. And it's like, wow, man, now obviously we're able to get a lot done as far as our business goes. We're able to focus on that, but it's just like, I guess that's a, first world problems over here, I guess. I shouldn't complain because when I was working before my YouTube channel took off, I'd be lucky to go on a cruise once a year. Whether either vacation time or just couldn't afford to go on multiple cruises. Now it's like, and you're the same way. We got your truck paid off and stuff like that. You got that flexibility that you can do stuff like that. So.
Yeah, we're on try to do maybe 2 a year now. We were 1 a year, but now we're going to try to fit in 2 a year.
Yeah, and that's where. Well, we went on. How many did we go on? We went on 3 this year, but it's just like. But we went on the breeze with you guys, and then what? 3 months later it was Thanksgiving. 3 months later is February. That 3 months later it was freaking June, and then a month and a half later, it was the Dream. And then now, but again, I don't know. One of these days we'll catch up in private, but, we've been getting these shirts and stuff going, and that's been a big thing. All of our money's been going into that money pit on the other side of the shop here. So, but you will,
I'm trying to figure out the damn blow.
You're breaking up a little bit. What'd you say?
What'd you say? How's your t-shirt thing going? How's the t-shirt thing going?
Oh, okay. So right now, so we got the printer, and we've got a buttload of blank shirts here, and probably I've got some shipping stuff that's supposed to come in some plastic bags for storage. Supposed to be here Friday, and we're going to start making shirts probably Friday this weekend and stuff like that. Hopefully we could put shirts on the market here within the next couple of weeks. So we've been trying them out, a lot of, just troubleshooting and stuff, making sure that the quality is better than this Teespring garbage that I have on now. Yeah. And so far so good. And I'm really inspired by it. I've got a whole new design. We got one shirt coming out, one style of shirt coming out to start with, and then we'll have then I'll be working on another design probably here within the next month or so, and we'll start doing 2 shirts. And then probably a couple months after that, we'll add a 3rd shirt, 4th shirt, down the road. I'm not trying to push this stuff out, just a little bit at a time. But the real truckers don't wear flip-flops. That shirt that I have, it's a total different design with better quality. And I'm anxious, and I have something for the sleeve as well, which I really like shirts that have the stuff on the sleeve. So, and I'm going to have it in big and tall man sizes too. And so now those are going to be a lot more expensive, obviously, because the shirts are expensive. Shoot, it's like $12 a shirt to buy them in bulk. When the regular people's sizes, the large and extra large, are like $5 a shirt. It's freaking ridiculous. That's discrimination, I say.
Yeah,
but
I need the big and tall.
Yep. Well, so do I. This is a 4XLT. This is one of my old Teespring shirts. And I usually do the 4XLTs, man.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Because it's like, you got the bend over factor, But so yeah, that's our project. We put a lot of money into it because the printer that we have here, this is a low end printer and it costs us $3,000. And the ones we were looking at are like 15 to 17,000. It's like, man, even though it makes life a lot easier, just I don't think we could do that right now. So then the shirts cost money, when you're buying in bulk, all the supplies. So yeah, and then the new image that we have, I paid someone to do that. And I paid a pretty good penny for that because he's done work for me before, and it's like, you just can't. You get what you pay for. I went and got a cheap one from some other country. They said, "Hey, I'll get you 3 images for $10." Oh, that sounds like a deal, dude. I could do better than that. So I was like, "Yeah, go spend the money for somebody, someone they'll actual graphic designer." So instead of just something that anyone can do.
Yeah, once I come up with the logo, I'll maybe send it over to you and see what we can do for me. And create some.
Yeah, we'll do that. And when we go on, I know that the group for the Jubilee they'll probably have shirts, but I'm going to have shirts for that cruise as well. Like we'll probably put something together for every cruise that we do. I told my wife, I was like, hey, because with the stuff that we have here now, I can make any shirt that I want. If I wanted a Van Halen shirt with the VH right here, she can make it for me, And it's like, man, let's get it done, So obviously you can't sell that. I'm going through the legalese processes on this. You can't sell shirts that have anything that Carnival, not even their name, Carnival Dream. Say if you went and I'm gonna sell shirts that say Carnival Jubilee on it. Nope, you can't do it. Can't do it. Even if it says Carnival Dream, you can print it, you can make them, but if they find out that you're making any money off of that, so basically, if you got shirts that say Carnival Jubilee, you have to give them away. Now, does Carnival and go say, hey, we're going to sue everyone that sells these things? No, but could they? Yes. I just prefer to kind of stay away from any kind of legal trouble with,
You could even do it, even if it say as a group cruise, say vloggers. So you can't legally say as a vloggers cruise 2023 Norwegian breakaway.
You see, you can't even do that. You can't sell it. You can't make money off of it.
Really?
Now, do people do that? They do. I bought our first cruise was the Truckers Gone Wild, and it had the word Carnival Dream written on it. Now, I spent $15 for that shirt or however much you spent. But if Carnival or Norwegian, if they wanted to be butts about it and say, hey, we're just going to go after all these people, they could, But I don't see them doing it. So, like, if you spent money on that shirt, I don't think anyone's getting in trouble. But I think the way Carnival sees it and these crews, they got the bigger fish to fry. Let's just say that we're a T-shirt maker, right? And we're profiting largely off of selling people, Carnival shirts. If we're profiting, if we're that company, they could probably do something about that. So that's the reason why I have to watch everything I do. With the swing wide, it's a freaking trailer, that shirt. I have to really watch on how I do that shirt and how I word it, the colors and all that kind of stuff. Really? Because everybody knows what it stands for, the acronym and whatnot. But you know, so you got to be real careful and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Especially on what we're doing, because we are for profit on our shirts. So
Alrighty.
well, anyways, it was good talking to you. Salt Life Cruising on YouTube. Go check him out and hearing about it. I don't know. Hopefully in a week or two he'll get some of those videos up for the Carnival Spirit and then the Vloggers Cruise. I can't wait to see that. See how that goes. And then next year we'll be on the Carnival Jubilee for Thanksgiving. A year from tomorrow, Thanksgiving next year, we'll be having turkey in the main dining room. Well, at least Carnival's version of turkey, at least. It is what it is. It's not as good as grandma's. It's never is. But as a matter of fact, I don't think on last Thanksgiving, we didn't even eat the main dining room for Thanksgiving. They had turkey and dressing, but it's not the same. It's just not the same. But anyways, see you later, man.
All right. Yeah, we have to touch base privately here sometime soon before that cruise.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we definitely will. All right, man. Take care. And from me, I will start doing more videos on this channel. I'll be making a video about Faster the Fun, probably. That's probably the next video I'll be making, talking about if it's worth it or not. I think it's a good topic. And then our next cruise we take is in February. So stick around for that. So we appreciate you coming by. And Salt Life Cruising is his channel. He was on the Carnival Spirit. And he'll be posting up videos there. But until next time, we'll holler at you guys later. And 73.